This is an Insane Cast production. You are listening to Thanks for Watching, the All Movies Podcast, with your cast, DJ, Beth, Joe, and now, thanks for watching.
Welcome to episode 137. It's not 137, 138.
There you go. I was going to say, I think that's incorrect.
That is incorrect. Oh my goodness. It's Monday, December 14th. You'll hear this, afterwards. You'll
hear this not that day.
Not the day we're talking about it.
I mean, unless you're a Patreon subscriber and you're sitting there in the Discord with your ears open going, what are they talking about? Like Crackhead Blue.
That's right.
Then you'll hear it later. There you go. My name's DJ.
I'm Beth.
I'm Joe.
Yay! And we are bringing you a different kind of a show today, or this week. Let's see. Last week challenge is still up for grabs. Nobody got that. So what we're going to do is, we'll forego that question. I have a new question for you.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have our Chevy Chase films this week. We'll talk a little bit about that. We are also going to have like a 2-week hiatus. We're not going to have a full show for y'all, but don't worry. We will have a mini show for you.
Oh.
Get to that in a little while. Let's see. What else do we have going on today? There was an interview. That's right. Remember last week I promised an interview with Paul Raci? Yeah, the actor who plays Joe in the film.
What? Oh.
No, you forgot? Oh, gosh.
No, he doesn't play me. He plays another Joe.
Oh, a different Joe. That's right. The fictitious.
Yep, that one.
Not a real Joe.
Other Joe.
Other
Joe. He in the film Sound of Metal. Yes. So, you want to hear that interview?
Let's do it.
All right, here it is, right here. I am here with actor Paul Raci. He was just in a film called Sound of Metal. It came out December 4th on Amazon Prime Video.
Correct.
And I think it went out into in theaters as well, but it's very limited, the amount of theaters that came out.
Weeks before then, it was out in theaters, but as soon as that hit, there was they closed all the theaters down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's unfortunate. I, for one, can't wait to get back into the movie theaters because I really miss it. A little bit off, I'm not off topic too much, but I understand like there's this thing with Warner Brothers and they're wanting to release all of their films simultaneously in the theater and then on HBO Max. And there's a lot of people that think that that's going to hurt the industry. Personally, like I am not like this person that says it must be in the theater only. But for me, I love going out to the theater. My wife and I, we would go out 3 times a week to see films. So I don't know. They're not factoring my wife and I in that because we're going to keep the industry going no matter what.
Not only that, there's that intimate connection you have on that screen that it's unforgettable and not the same as watching it in your living room in a much smaller screen. I don't care how big you think your screen is. It certainly isn't as big as...
It's not like that. No way. Very cool. So, really quick, I guess, tell us a little bit about Sound of Metal. What was this all about?
Well, Sound of Metal, it's a beautiful film about a punk rock drummer who does not do anything to protect his ears while he's playing this heavy metal punk rock. And after a while, it does deteriorate his ability to hear, and he quickly starts to lose his hearing. So it's a population of people, I think, that are hardly ever talked about because a lot of musicians I know, I've been a musician my whole life. I play in a Black Sabbath tribute band here in Los Angeles. I always have to protect my ears. I'm a 2-time Vietnam veteran. The flight deck that I worked on in Vietnam half the guys that are my age now that survived and are walking around like I am are deaf or hard of hearing, because the number one affliction of all of our veterans, no matter what war it's been, is loss of hearing. So here's a guy going through this harrowing experience of losing his hearing. He's a heroin addict, clean for 4 years, as is his girlfriend. They're traveling around their little van doing gigs. And so they decide to make a stop off at a sober house that my character runs, a sober house for only deaf addicts. And so that's basically, and his dilemma is to whether he's going to try and fix his solution, find a solution to fix his problem, or how is he going to handle this? Because it's a thing about once your identity is taken away from you, who are you? What, you're not going to be a musician anymore. You can't hear anymore. Now what do I do? And the addict's first answer is, I'm going to fix it. Fix this quick, you know.
Yeah, the quick fix. Let me do what I can to quick make it right so I can just keep on going.
Oh yeah. And then we just keep it going like it was before. And nothing ever stays the same. You know, there's always an adjustment that you have to make along life's journey. And it can't go back to the way it was sometimes.
Right. And I think as an audience member, I was wondering and almost hoping that he'd persevere and maybe go back into music. I'm not going to say whether or not that happens. I mean, it very well could have. I mean, I don't know much about music. I'm not very musically inclined, but I know that it's somewhat mathematical. I'm not sure about the drums per se. It's partly keeping a beat, but there's some flair that goes into it. So,
yeah.
So this character Joe that you played, how did he resonate with you? How did that work out?
Well, when I read the script, it was originally an Afghanistan war veteran who lost his hearing in a bombing incident, and had experience with addiction. And so in my own life, I'm a Vietnam veteran. As I said, I was a hospital corpsman on an aircraft carrier during the Vietnam War. I have my own addiction experiences in my life stemming from that war. As a sign language interpreter, I've interpreted for many programs of addiction. I've run AA meetings. I've got a lot of experience in that. So in that way, plus my parents were deaf. My mother was latent deaf, not culturally. She was she lost her hearing at the age of 5. So a lot of what Joe is experienced, there's a population of people we call latent deaf people that were not born deaf or grew up deaf. So that population is also represented in this movie, as well as a lot of deaf layers of people that come from the community.
I was always wondering, like my wife and I ran a social event, and we would get a lot of latent deaf folks come in and want to learn sign language. And, you know, from my experience learning sign language, I was just basically dropped into this family that they all signed. And so, I mean, honestly, that's almost one of the best ways to learn sign language or any language.
Yeah. Get right in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did, I guess, so you learned sign language because you have family. You said your mom.
It's the first thing I learned. I learned English second.
Nice. Yes. And we talk about that often on the show because my wife is also Dakota. Yes. She also, her first language is sign language and learning English.
I always say there's 3 kinds of people. There's hearing people, and there's deaf people, and then there's codas, because your wife is certainly not hearing, but she's not deaf. But I can guarantee you the way she was brought up, she's part of that culture, and yet she's part of your culture. So the codas are a different, it's a culture.
Absolutely.
And it's hard for people to understand that sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fortunately, I myself understand that. So how did sign language play in your role as becoming an actor? How did that?
Oh my God! Listen, when I grew up in the '50s in Chicago. Okay, and I love music. My mother bought me my first guitar, record player, all that stuff. But in 1956, "Love Me Tender" came out, starring Elvis Presley. Okay, and my mother loved music, even though she couldn't hear it anymore. But she remembered the hoopla around Frank Sinatra when she was a kid, like in the '40s when he played at the Chicago Theater and stuff. I think she even went there to see him. So we knew that he was on he was on Ed Sullivan, and we watched that. And I was very excited about this Elvis Presley. Years later, when the Beatles came out, my mother bought me tickets to go see the Beatles. She was very supportive about anything that had to do with music. But
Nice.
so around the corner from where we lived in Humboldt Park was a place called the Vision Theater on Division Street. And "Love Me Tender" was playing there. So my mother said, we got to go. So the two of us went to see that movie. My first experience in a movie theater, as we were just talking about, close up on a screen with black and white movie, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just, no, I think it was in color by that time, but it was just so real, so close. And I had to sit next to my mother, and there was no closed caption. I had to interpret the whole freaking movie to my mother in the theater. It was a very close, connected, intimate experience. Elvis Presley in an adult themed movie with sexual content almost, and yet not, and cowboys and Indians in a very adult theme. And I was used to going to that theater. You'd pay 25 cents to watch cartoons all day long, 100
Right.
cartoons this Saturday, you know. So here I am with my mother. "Love Me Tender," man, the music, everything. And on the way back home, we were so connected. Such a beautiful, I was so connected to her because I had to act out the whole movie for her.
Yeah.
In the theater. So ever since then, I was just enthralled with that feeling of that, being a cathartic experience, and also yet emoting something from the screen into my mother's vibration. And she was really getting the whole story rather than sit there and not even know what the story was about. My father used to watch TV just to watch it, but he never understood what was going on. So when The Fugitive came out with David Jansen, that was his favorite show. I'd sit there and interpret David, you know, The Fugitive, Bonanza. Otherwise, we'd make a big joke about it. Like I asked my dad, "What do you think they're talking about?" And I said, he'd tell me, "I don't know, maybe they're talking about." He had no idea. So I would interpret those stories for him. And so naturally, when I discovered acting, I started playing music and got into bands, and I got this connection with the audience. I got that definitely from my parents. So I was trying to convey hearing culture to them. Look what we're looking at, Mom. You know, when I saw the Beatles, my mom was thrilled because oh my God, what an experience that was. Very emotional connection to music, you know.
Wow. That's awesome. Like, you were part of the industry before you even knew you were part of the industry. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Have you ever had like performance anxiety before you get on stage or get in front of the camera, or does that ever happen?
Oh yeah, of course. That's crazy. I've done a lot of stage plays. I've done Children of Lesser God. I've done a lot of work for Deaf West Theater out here, and that, I guess that's kind of natural. But if you're if you're professional about it and you do the work, you just have to. I think you even mentioned a little while ago. You have to just let it go and not even think about it anymore. It's got to just come through you. But of course, before a big show, will I feel anxiety and I'll get distracted? Of course. But once that camera goes on, once you're in front of an audience, there's something that you're able to channel that energy, that nervous energy, into delivering it and being present with everybody that's there at the show. And for this movie, you just had to be present with Riz Ahmed, who's a wonderful actor. And we were there just being present with each other, supporting each other. And the nervousness isn't even there. You're just being real, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That was, I mean, watching you and the whole dynamic of those scenes were just It was awesome. It was really neat. I have to say, one of the things, I don't know if it was planned, and I don't know if it was in the script, but we and you are probably like my wife. We have everything with captions or subtitles in our film, or when we watch a film. But we were noticing there were some parts where there was no subtitles. There were certain parts where when he lost his hearing, we could still kind of hear some things going on, but the subtitles were gone. Also, when he was deaf and then he was in your group, or Joe's group, and there was signing going wrong, but he had no idea what was being said. There was no subtitles.
Right.
I thought that was amazing. Like, did they plan that, or?
Good for you, because you know why? Because the director, Darius Martin, is a genius. He's really a wonderful filmmaker. But he wanted to put you in the headset of Reuben. So Reuben's on for most of the whole movie. He's in every scene. You know, it's like Hamlet. Hamlet's on in every scene. So that's the one of these type roles. So you're supposed to be looking at this film, if I may, if you've already got it, through his head. So naturally, if there's no subtitles there, he doesn't know what's going on. He's thrown into this community, and there's almost in another kind of an indirect way, as the audience, deaf people are going, well, how do you like it now? We have to watch every movie. Like my mom in 1956 watching Elvis Presley, no subtitles. How is she supposed? So how do you like it now with the shoes on the other foot?
Right.
That's another way of looking at it. But Darius is just trying to get you to understand what he's going through. And so that's when I noticed when you make a movie, a lot of it ends up on the cutting room floor almost, because there's so much they shoot, and then you only see, otherwise it would be a 4-hour movie. However, you can see how he edited that movie, that it's all coming from Reuben's perspective. So that is a very striking part of the movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Frustrating in a way, Yeah. As a young person.
Yeah, it was amazing just to see that whole thing play out. It was really good.
Right.
So a little bit of fun for our podcast. We ask our listeners and other folks to let us know what some of their favorite movies are, and we feature certain actors sometimes. And this week we've featured Chevy Chase. Did you happen to have a favorite film that Chevy Chase is in?
The first thing I think, I love Chevy Chase, but the first thing I thought of was The Three Amigos.
Yes.
That's absolutely, because there's the three of those guys are hilarious. I love Martin Short, Steve Martin, genius. And so Chevy Chase is perfect tongue-in-cheek. So but also I was a big Fletch fan, and
Yes.
Of course all the vacation movies. You cannot deny. But for my money, it's The Three Amigos. I watch that anytime.
Absolutely. In fact, we picked that character, or that actor, because the week before we had the whole cast watched Three Amigos. We were like, we must have Chevy Chase on that.
Yeah, and it's also that whole. I grew up watching the Marx Brothers and the Three Stooges, and it's definitely a little takeoff on that kind of thing, and it's just so wonderful if you enjoy that kind of craziness. It makes me want to go watch that again. That's a good one.
Excellent. I don't know what it's on. I think it's Amazon, but you still have to rent it. It's like $1 or something like that.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, favorite film of all time. Do you have one?
There's so many. I was trying to think of what really struck me as a boy. The thing that made me, movies are so romantic, and some of them hit you so hard in a romantic kind of a way, for me, I always think of The Searchers with John Wayne. Just an old Western, tough guy, John Wayne, who's a bigot against Native Americans, and this girl gets kidnapped. And as a boy, it just took me away and made me, and I can look at it now and it's kind of crude, John Wayne's reputation is not that good right now
Right.
for his own real bigotry and racism. But
Yeah.
that movie as a boy struck me so real that it just scarred me in a way. Or even Old Yeller with Gregory Peck, where they have to shoot the dough at the end of the movie. Those movies just made me forget that I was watching a movie, and I was just a little boy, So I love that kind of stuff.
Excellent. Is that so? I'm guessing like that and the Elvis film kind of got you into wanting to make film. Is that would you say that's true?
Yeah, or at least wanting to be a performer of some kind, because I would always perform music for my mom, and then Paul Anka, Frank Sinatra. I'd be singing them and signing them for her, trying to give her a flavor of what it would be like. Then later on, the Beatles. And then when I went to Vietnam and came back, and then I started doing rock and roll bands. And my mother would sneak into the clubs and watch us perform. We used to do Aerosmith, David Bowie, Ted Nugent. And I look in the back of the club, there's my deaf mother drinking a highball with the bartender, going like this. Because she just wanted to see what I was doing, but she couldn't hear anything. But the music was so loud. So the band I have right now, it's a Black Sabbath tribute band, and a lot of deaf people come to watch our show because it's the Black Sabbath lyrics are very prolific. They look great in sign language, and it's loud and good and vibrational for deaf people, so they enjoy it.
So you sign while you sing. You're a singer? Is that right?
I'm a singer. I have a headset on, and I sign while I'm singing the songs. Yeah, wow. And I have a Black Sabbath tribute band that is really hot. Really
What's the name of the band?
Hands of Doom.
Oh, I love
Hands of Doom. Black Sabbath tribute band right here in Los Angeles.
Oh, rock on.
Except all the bars are closed right now.
Right, so that's a little tough. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I had a few other questions, but I mean, I know time is actually getting kind of short here.
Sure.
One thing. Two more things. What would you put on your gag reel of life? What would be something that would be the most comical thing you look back and you're like, why?
Oh, I probably just the way I've interpreting from my parents and how things were always misunderstood when I didn't know what was going on. Like in the middle of a conversation about just the simple things like, you're trying to buy a car, make a transaction with somebody, and they're saying, well, there's interest on the car. And I'm like, well, yeah, my dad's interested in the car. I don't even know what interest is on money. Or dealing at the deaf club when they had to rent the space from the guy, the guy says to me, so your father can't hear anything? And so I say, he wants to know if you can't hear anything, if you've ever heard anything in your life. And my father says, not yet. And I go, my father says, so far, there's nothing coming through, So those kind of things, it was so awkward. My blooper reel would be full of stuff that's just trying to understand what was going on between the hearing world and the deaf world,
Yeah, language is a thing. Yeah. It's crazy, especially English. Oh, wow.
Oh, especially English.
Yeah. So I guess what is next for you? What do you got in the works?
Right now is a very exciting time. It just came out, the movie. There's a lot of reviews out there. I'm waiting to see what my next project will be. Right now, I'm just in rehearsal mode with my band. We're socially distancing and keeping the band tight for when the bars open up again. I have a very, very tight band right now. That's all I can say. But we're all tightened up and nowhere to go.
Right.
So I love that band. And so that's what I'm doing right now. As far as acting goes, I'm just waiting to see what the next offer will be. And I'm just enjoying the ride.
Wonderful. Absolutely. Well, all right. So folks, check it out. Amazon Prime Video, The Sound of Metal. Our good friend here, Paul Raci, is in it. He plays the character Joe. It's worth it. Check it out. And if you already have Prime, it won't cost you anything more.
And let me tell you, that was a really fun interview. That was so much fun. He was cool.
You guys had fun.
Yeah, and I love that he even participated in his favorite Chevy Chase film.
Yeah.
Was Three Amigos.
Who doesn't love Three Amigos?
It's a good one to
Absolutely.
pick. Good one to pick.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to plug it early. I mean, he mentions Hands of Doom.
Yep.
So, although I guess it's too early to plug it.
Well, you just did.
Well, I mean, you can always plug a band whether or not they're currently playing because of COVID
Oh, that's right.
restrictions.
Yeah. So those of you in the LA area, when you can go see shows again and you want to see some heavy metal sign language awesomeness, Hands of Doom.
There you go. Exactly. They're very tight right now, just so you know. They've been practicing like crazy.
Yeah.
So, all right. What else do we have? Contact information, 512 podcast. That's 512-763-2278. You could always send us a text when we ask you for information.
Send us a voicemail saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Under you.
Right. But, you can go to our website, tfwmovies.com. Our email address, which we will require for a specific giveaway this week. Shout out at tfwmovies.com. That's right. We're still going to give away this digital code of the Invisible Man. You just have to answer our question right. So, all right, and email, by the way. That's the other thing. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at tfwmovies, and patreon.com/tfwmovies. That's for if you'd like to support our show I guess, monetarily rather than likes and shares, although we love that more. We love all of it, I guess.
Likes and shares and spread the word. That's the best. That's the best way. Tell your
really
friends
is.
if you listen to the show and you like it. We could always use listeners. That's always a good thing.
That's true. Absolutely. Very cool. Where are we now? Chevy Chase. Huh? Yeah. Crackhead.
I like to call him Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Not really.
Chevy Shea Lounge.
Instead of Chevy Chase, Chevy. Never mind.
That
joke's that's a dead horse. Let's go.
Yeah, hey, you know what? We're okay with dead horses around here.
Oh yeah, you are.
He doesn't like ghost horses.
If it's a dead horse, it's a ghost, right?
It says that he says that, and then it totally backfires on him.
Yeah, all right. You asked for it, pal.
I meant. You're right. I don't like dead horses. Banished horses. Maybe that would be better. I think. Much better. Chevy Chase films. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We'll start off with Crackhead Blue, like we always do. By the way, thank you, Crackhead Blue, for sending in your list. It's awesome. Every week. She says, Christmas? No, we can't do it that way.
Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys have a great show. I'm out.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, you scared Joe away again.
Wow. With my terrible CH.
Oh, yeah, that was what?
Record time.
Maybe 10 minutes in?
Yep.
I know, right?
Is this a game you're playing? Who could scare me off first? Yeah.
That's how it goes these days. Okay, Christmas Vacation. Yay.
Christmas Vacation. I'm sorry. Okay, keep going.
Yes, Vacation. Yes. Yes. God, I love that one. I just think of driving with dead grandma on top of my car.
See, the first thing I think of when I think of family vacation is, sorry, folks, park's closed. Moose out front.
Moose out front should have told you. That's the best freaking line ever.
That is good. Oh, John Candy, I miss
he's
him.
Such a treasure.
Absolutely. Who was also in the film we watched this week.
Which we will get to, yep.
Yep. All right. Three Amigos. Woo! I had a feeling that was going to be on her list. And Caddyshack.
One of my personal favorites.
Oh
This is
gosh,
so funny.
it really is awesome. Oh boy. All right. So that's Crackhead Blues list. Now
list.
it was a really good list. I'm happy with that one. So here is my TikTok group because I open it up to TikTok all the time. Let's see. Okay, I don't know. Alchemist Magic 3838
Nailed it.
says, and I quote, "What can I do to you for you, Fletch?" I love that. Adding those quotes and stuff. It makes this fun. Absolutely. At Helen by Mail, Christmas Vacation. There, I said it right this time. At Melissa _teacher mom says any vacation movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
People love that Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
Oh, great character.
He's a hoot.
Like, I would love another vacation film that maybe they were trying to figure out old or what is it? Retirement homes. They had to decide which one they want to go to.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
I think he could make that funny. I think just saying.
I'm pretty sure they can make anything funny.
That's true. At Jiggly Jello 76. All the vacation movies, Caddyshack, Nothing But Trouble, Fletch Lives, Funny Farm, Spies Like Us.
Yes.
I think that she just took my list. I think that's really what it was. Oh my goodness. Okay, James, you know him. He's been around for a while too. At Vandrum IV is his handle. There we go. Mm-hmm. Says he has a lot of movies. Some may say a plethora. Fletch, Caddyshack, Spies Like Us, always good. Three Amigos also had. Okay, there's one where he had these powers, like a telekinetic power. But the antics in that with he can't remember what the name of that film was. And I can't remember either, because I do remember where it was like the power thing that he had. It was silly too.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh my gosh! And then he also says, and some of his earlier SNL skits he really liked, which I mean I don't blame him. They were pretty good. But yeah, I do remember. I want to say maybe it was part of Fletch that he ended up. Fletch Returns or Fletch Lives.
Yeah, it's like I think it's in Fletch. I want to say it's in Fletch Lives.
I think so. So he was right. He was on the right track. Just remembering what film it was.
Let me verify that.
Well,
no, it's called Modern Problems.
Oh, Modern Problems. Yes. Oh, I remember that now. Oh, such a good movie. I really like that one.
Oh yeah. He comes into contact with nuclear waste and is granted the power of telekinesis.
Yes. Oh, I totally
right.
remember that.
1981.
It's not all bad.
Yep.
Modern Problems, ladies and
Nuclear waste is
gentlemen.
great.
That's it. All right. Well, that's the end of the loyal cast listener list. Sorry, not cast.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening. Now it's time for the cast. Here we go. All right, for me, here we go. Fletch, Spies Like Us, Three Amigos, vacation movies, plural, every single one of them. Caddyshack, Funny Farm, Nothing But Trouble, Cops and Robertsons.
Oh, I knew you were going to say Cops and Robertsons.
Oh
I've
my
never
gosh.
seen that.
Oh my goodness, you should watch it.
Yeah, totally. And then Modern Problems, that's going in there.
Yeah, just right on the list.
Anytime, just him. Okay, I'm speechless. Go ahead.
Yep, I got you. It really looks like just the same list with Caddyshack. Seems Like Old Times. I love Seems Like Old Times.
Oh, okay.
The Vacations, Deal of the Century, Spies Like Us, Three Amigos, Funny Farm, and Zoom, which is a newer movie with Tim Allen and Courtney Cox of all people. And he was really funny in that. He's a scientist and he's trying to help these kids harness their superpowers. It's very funny to me. So
that sounds fun.
Yeah, you'd really enjoy it, I think, DJ.
I think I might have to seek this one out.
It's called Zoom. You'll enjoy that one.
Zoom.
Sorry.
Zoom. Yay.
You're up, Joe.
Okay, real quick. The original Vacation, Caddyshack, and Christmas Vacation. I think Christmas Vacation and Caddyshack are interchangeable as far as number 1 and number 2 for me. Because Caddyshack is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's a lot of funny guys in it, right? Whereas
Yes.
Christmas Vacation pretty much centers around him and his family, which is just amazing. We just watched it a couple days ago, I think.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Margo.
And yeah, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in it. And I've always liked her because I'm a huge Seinfeld fan as well. So it's awesome. She's great in it. Crackhead Blue really enjoys the part where she punches her husband and makes him
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the face she
If
makes.
you're not man enough to go over there and punch that guy, then I am.
Yeah. It's so good.
All
right.
She's so upset.
So that's our lists. And
Good lists.
we've got a lot of entertainment news to cover. Most of it, actually all of it, is going to be Star Wars stuff.
Yay!
So for those of you who weren't paying attention or just missed most of it, we've got many announcements from Star Wars, and
Huge announcements.
lots of it is good. Some of it is great. I don't know how to feel about the rest of it, so we'll just get into it. We've got a Rogue Squadron movie announcement.
Yep.
Directed by Patty Jenkins of the Wonder Woman franchise.
Which I thought that was great. I love Wonder Woman.
And the little video promo that she did to like let it be known really feels like she's putting her personal love into this project. It's not just
always makes the best ones.
Right. It's not just, oh, you're a good director, we're going to hire you to do this. It seems like she's legitimately a fan of the franchise, and she got a great movie to check out or to make. There's an untitled Taika Waititi film coming.
Yeah.
No one's sure who or what it's going to be, but he's been rumored, or not rumored, Star Wars officially announced that he is going to direct a Star Wars feature.
And, you know, I really like him.
Yeah.
I like his
Thor
style.
was amazing.
Yeah. I'm all for him.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Taika Waititi. Plus, and you know, he's voiced characters in Mandalorian.
Piss off, Ghost.
Yeah.
Or Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's awesome. Obi-Wan Kenobi series has been officially announced, even though everybody knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. But it's
Ewan
nice
McGregor,
to have the official announcement.
Right. And Ewan McGregor is going to be there. He's
Oh,
gonna be
nice.
Oh, I love
That ought to be cool.
Day made.
It's going to be the return of Ewan McGregor.
I like that.
We got the Ahsoka live-action show announcement.
I'm not going to do the scream that I always do when I get excited about Ahsoka, I promise.
Well, if you do, go ahead and move away from the microphone.
Yeah, super far away.
So that's going to be, most of it's going to be written by Filoni, who, you know, was Ahsoka's quote-unquote creator with, you know, George Lucas guidance. It's going to be produced by Filoni and Favreau, so we already know that they're, you know, they do great things together. And Rosario Dawson will be Ahsoka as always, or as we predicted. Yeah. We've got another executively produced show, Favreau and Filoni teaming up again to do Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
So there's speculation that this is going to be what's her name? It's escaping me right now. Cara Dune. It's going to be Cara Dune's spin-off potentially.
Okay.
No one's quite sure what's going to happen with that yet, but we know the show's still going to happen. So yeah. There's supposed to be a Lando show potentially coming.
Yeah, I saw
They've
that.
announced that. We don't know when. We don't know.
That might be fun.
The creator of a critically acclaimed show called Dear White People is going to be working on that because he's a self-proclaimed Star Wars fan.
Cool.
We finally got some artwork for the first series they ever announced, Andor.
Oh, yeah.
and that's coming. And I think we got a little sizzle reel that was released by Disney on YouTube. You can find that one.
Sizzle reel. Sounds so spicy.
The Acolyte is going to be a mystery thriller in the days of the High Republic era. So that's about 200 to 300 years prior to Episode 1.
Yeah, so that's old school.
Wow. But not as old as the Old Republic, but newer than Just for fans that don't know, now you know. We've got the Bad Batch animated series coming.
Yay!
You saw them in the Clone Wars, and I think that's where you saw them only, right?
Yeah.
They weren't in Rebels. Yeah, they were in Clone Wars. They were like the 5 specialists that showed up and teamed up with Anakin, and I think his guys, the 501st.
Yeah.
And they did some stuff. They had a couple episodes where they did a secret mission. Yeah, it was the return season of the Clone Wars, the final season. Star Wars Visions is going to be a series of animated shorts. And it's going to be in like a Japanese anime. There's all Japanese anime studios that are doing it.
Oh, man.
So it's going to be Star Wars in anime style. And I would expect it to... It's going to be 10 shorts. We have a droid story, which is going to be animated as well. I think. Yeah, it looks like it's animation.
I believe so.
So it's going to be... introduce us to a new hero guided by the legendary duo of R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Cool.
And
little baby person.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Dio. And other Lucasfilm stuff coming is going to be Willow. I think there's one more thing that I can't remember.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. And Of Blood and Bone.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. There's your Lucas, Star Wars, Disney
announcement dump.
Enjoy.
That's amazing.
Lots
Great
of
job,
great
Joe.
stuff. Lots of great stuff to watch coming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm excited for pretty much all of it that has Star Wars attached to it. So that's pretty much
I'm
it.
really excited for Willow. Of course I'm excited for Star Wars, but I'm excited for Willow too. As long as they don't go after those books, which were just sad and garbage.
I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Yep, just keep not knowing. Don't even look, because they're bad.
Okay. All right, DJ. There you go.
Yay!
Yay!
Cool.
That's our entertainment news. Oh, I guess we could follow that up with the episode of The Mandalorian that was just released.
That's true. That's true.
And Crackhead Blue is correcting me in the chat. Yes, Children of Blood and Bone. I missed the children part.
Got it.
Thank you, Blue.
Thank you, Blue. Yay!
No, I missed it. I said only Blood and Bone. So yeah, you got me.
I remember that. Yep.
So we're good.
So, cool. The one thing about this episode that I can really say is, for a 38-minute episode, it was really short. Like,
yeah, I definitely at the end of it was like, man, I want more of this. What's going on right now?
Yeah,
So we should insert our spoiler warning here.
Oh, good idea.
We are going to talk about The Mandalorian, so DJ will hit you with a timestamp after we're done.
Like I usually do.
Like he do.
Okay,
And
so
we're safe now, so let's go.
Okay, so let's start with Beth.
Oh.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene. What? I don't know. You always ask me to narrow shit down to the tiniest increment. I
just
can't
a
do
scene.
That
That's like, there's set pieces and.
I enjoyed. For some reason, I just really enjoyed Mayfield getting all crazy.
Yeah.
So dealing. I can't remember the bad guy's name. It made me think of Valen Hess, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He's just being a mega douche, and Mayfield is just getting twitchier and twitchier and more brittle.
And you can see what's about to go down.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching with Mom. I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is very bad. Mom's like, why is he doing that to him?
And you can read Mando's body language like, hey, man, keep it cool.
Bro, hold that in.
We got to get out of here still.
It's bad enough that I'm not wearing a helmet currently. Which to me, I kind of, like, a lot of people are saying that he did a really good job of acting without his helmet. And I'm like, well, that's what acting is.
Yeah.
Most of the time involves not wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
But I felt like he was super easy to take it off.
Yeah.
I know it was to save Grogu and to do his thing, but it also felt like he, to me,
kind of wanted to
I'm
take it off.
Incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah.
It also kind of felt like he was completely nonchalant about just sitting there in a bar full of dudes with no helmet on.
Right.
But that was just me, so I don't know if I'm off base on that, but it felt like, don't you want to put your face back on, dude? Like,
Right.
So
I know as an actress in a character, there are parts where I have to take, like, I will put a lot of stock in a certain costume piece.
yeah.
And if I have to take that off in the show, I feel really weird without it.
Yeah,
it's
right. Like
naked.
that's my your persona there.
So for me, if I were him and my whole life is tied to not taking off the helmet, I'd want to put it back on as soon as possible.
Right.
But that's just me.
So I think it would have seemed in that situation when the guy's talking to them, if it would have
Super
seemed
weird
weird
to
if
put
he
it
had
back
just,
on.
hey, I'm gonna put this back on while we're talking, okay?
No,
like,
I 100% agree that it would be awkward to just be like, all right, so you're buying me a drink 'cause I'm a badass.
Yeah.
Drink it from the chin.
So here's to follow up what you're saying about people saying he acted really well, like when he wasn't wearing the helmet.
Right.
If you look at his head movements, he's moving like he's still wearing a helmet. I think that's what they're leading to, is like he's so used to wearing that,
Right.
Yeah.
that Pedro Pascal made the conscious decision, like, I have to act like I still have my vision range is kind of limited. So
Right.
like he
He was
turns his whole
moving his
body
head.
to look at stuff, like,
Right.
and he looks
I do
down.
agree with that.
Yeah, okay.
But it was funny to me.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The
how
phrasing was like,
it sounds ridiculous. Like, well, yeah, he's an actor, so yeah, that's
good
what
job,
they do.
guy.
But I
Good
think
job. You acted with your face showing. I'm proud of you.
you know,
Right.
he actually, like, when they told him, when he looked down at the helmet, he could have just looked with his eyes, but he like put
Right.
his head
He
down.
shifted his whole body.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he shot that officer behind him, he spun all the way around to get a vision on him, you know? So it's
Right.
like, I think he personally paid special attention to be like, this guy's so used to having this thing on his face
Right.
that he
and
needs
having
to act.
limited
yeah.
vision and peripheral
Right.
vision and whatnot.
I don't know why he
I
has a
get
mustache,
that.
though. He doesn't need a mustache, right? I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
maybe that's
I was
a
going to say
vanity
something
thing.
about that.
shave your face, dude.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
if he's wearing a helmet, maybe he can only grow a mustache. Maybe he's one of those guys and it's all patchy. And maybe the chin strap on his helmet, like, rubs his beard off. So maybe he doesn't have time to shave his mustache off.
Fair.
Or maybe it's just that it's Pedro Pascal and he likes his mustache.
Fair.
Or,
Okay.
or the helmet's just not tight enough. Add the mustache and it's perfect.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like extra big socks.
Yeah.
Now my head doesn't rattle around in my
Yeah,
helmet.
now I can, yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
But I would lose the
good one,
mustache
TJ.
too, actually. But still.
So I think one of my favorite scenes was when they were in the transport together,
It was a good scene.
and he's trying to, like, get through to him, like, hey man, like, you can like, we're just people, man, we could talk, you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just, you know, I really think Bill Burr did a great job in the episode he was in last season, but he really came into this character on this episode for sure.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed
So
his character.
I hope we see more of him.
I like at the end when Carl lets him go and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm serious.
Don't
Here
take
I
this
go.
back. Yeah. So funny. Good stuff.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good episode.
DJ?
What do you think, Deej?
Yeah.
Oh, I did too. I enjoyed the episode. It was. I really liked the fighting on the transport. That just was. It was.
They
cool.
just kept coming. They just
Yeah.
kept I was like,
There
wow,
were a
there's
lot of
so
floaty
many of
blue
these
pirate
guys.
men.
Right, and I thought there was going to be less. I thought they were, going to be one or two and they'd be done, right? But no.
Was that like the first time that stormtroopers ever hit anything and we were stoked about it?
Yeah.
Right?
Going across that bridge.
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap! No, I was like, oh my god, they're hitting stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet, good job, guys.
Hey, way to
Yes.
go, dudes. Yeah.
Yay.
Good
I'm
Yeah.
so proud. My babies grew up. No, my babies are grown up and hitting things they're shooting at.
Right? So, yeah, that was good. I did like the dynamic between the two guys. They I think had really good chemistry. Like they were just, I don't know. I thought they did really well. The final shot, like he like gets the gun and then shoots that explosive stuff from up in the air.
Yep.
That pretty much rocked.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody said so.
Right. Yeah. I was kind of wondering what the heck was going on between, like, they were the only ones that made it, but then there was another transport right next to it. Unless that was from earlier, I guess it doesn't matter.
It was probably an earlier transport if they're just rolling in a ton of stuff to cause ruckus.
Yeah.
They probably want a fair amount of it. But
true.
There was probably multiple transports, and they were just the only one in that particular run that made it past the floaty pirates.
Right.
Yeah. Seems like that was one that was either hasn't gone out yet or
it's possible even that they got there before maybe they were farther up in the line of this particular transport run.
Right.
As there were several ahead of them that made some pretty impressive fireballs on the horizon.
Yeah, like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how Mayfield's driving and she's just like, rerouting. And he's like, are you kidding me? Look!
Yeah, he was so good in this.
It made me think of in the early days of GPS.
Yeah.
And you'd like put in where you wanted to go and it would tell you the wrong way and then it'd be like, rerouting.
Yeah.
Please, please hold. And you're like, okay,
calculating.
Well, I'm driving. You want me to
I'm
just
on
stop
my way.
in the middle of the, okay. Rerouting.
Good stuff. Great episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good to see Boba Fett's armor looked great.
Yeah.
By the way, got the new coat of paint. Mm-hmm. Oof, looked really good.
Slick.
So I hope to see some sort of resolution the next episode, but
chance, buddy.
I was gonna say I feel like there's not gonna be. There's so much happening.
Yeah, they're gonna cliffhang us real bad.
But we did get a release date for season 3, didn't we?
Not. Maybe I missed that.
I saw that go by. You guys talk, and I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw that go by while I was at work. I didn't have.
I saw that he's done writing the first couple of episodes, but I'm sure they're going to start shooting soon. So hopefully they'll have a new season out soon.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be next year, but
Disney has confirmed that Mandalorian season 3 will premiere in December 2021.
Oh, wow! What jerks? What jerks?
Oof size large.
It's a good thing they've got all these other things going.
Oof size large.
Oof size large. Yes. You haven't seen that before?
Nope, I have not.
Okay. You guys talk.
Yeah, you guys talk.
There it is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. I really like that. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to
whole
send that
year.
to my work.
Well, I wonder if we'll get some of the other, like, have they got release dates on the other Star Wars stuff coming? Not all of it, right?
Well, keep looking or keep talking.
Yeah, maybe we'll get something to supplement in the
I think we will. There'll be something.
I know there's supposed to be a trilogy. I mean, obviously they're not going to be ready, but I think 2024 is when those are going to start coming out. There's a new High Republic trilogy. So, Star Wars. Who knew?
So much.
Who knew people would actually like it?
I know, for this long. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah.
They're still making money off of it. Whoa.
Of course they are.
Yikes.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any release dates, but that doesn't mean they're not there. I just haven't looked in the right place.
Star Wars is a license to print money.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Well, it was released
Star Wars money.
in the 80s.
77.
77.
No, not in the 70s, 80s.
The first movie was 77.
Oh, maybe it's the 90s.
What are you talking
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Uncle Buck.
Oh, okay.
about? Okay, so there's where we were all wrong because you were segueing and we were still talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
I know.
It was
Yes.
89.
89.
80s, yes.
Great movie.
Yes, excellent movie. And Joe, you picked it.
I did.
That's awesome. That was a good one.
I was like, it was either Uncle Buck or U571.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a
those are
difference.
Those are my two choices.
Or depth charge.
So
Oh
I
my
figured let's
goodness.
have some fun and watch Uncle Buck.
Yep, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that I
appreciate
wouldn't
it.
watch U571 again. That's a great movie. But also, ugh.
Yeah, it's
Oof.
pretty brutal.
It is. That's rough.
So yeah.
What did you think?
Well, it was as funny as I remember.
Yeah.
I don't think Crackhead Blue had seen it all the way through. She didn't.
Oh,
She said she remembered like certain sections of it.
probably the bowling ball is the thing that everybody remembers.
No, she remembers
The questions.
all Kevin McAllister grilling
Yeah.
Uncle Buck there.
Yeah.
Penny was the same way. She was like, "Oh, that's where this came from."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
stuff.
did anybody notice in the bowling scene there was a thing where you know how that sleazy guy came up to the gal and is trying to
Yeah.
get her to go to
He's
the
hitting
car or
on-
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
hitting
wanna see
on
my
her.
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in that scene, they cut to do a wide shot with the kids and Uncle Buck in the foreground
Yeah.
doing stuff with the ball, and the guy's not there.
Oh.
He's not there at all. And then they cut right back into it, and there he is again. But it was just quick cut. I'm like,
Didn't notice that.
wow, that was crazy. So yeah, it's in there. It's in there forever, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the bowling ball scene I was talking about is the one where he's in the closet trying to get his stuff to pack, and the bowling ball falls off the top shelf and hits him in the head. That's like everybody knows that part. It was on all the trailers. It was
Yep.
used in every montage, and
Yep.
people do it today because of Uncle Buck.
Yep. Yeah. Great film. I love his the Uncle Buck's like whole like murder. I'm gonna murder you kind of a thing
Oh, with the
yeah,
boyfriend?
with
Yeah.
Bug.
Bug.
with Bug. Yeah. Hilarious.
He's protecting his niece
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
because Bug seemed like a skis. I mean,
Even
the guy at
though
the
she
bowling
didn't
alley.
deserve it at the time.
Let me show
Being
you
such
my
a
hatchet.
She's being such a brat.
Yeah, she was being quite the twerp.
She was.
Twerp. That's a good word. Twerp.
Very good. Very good.
The thing about the whole thing, his whole speech about Maisie being unfocused at school. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I love that movie. There's so much heart to Uncle Buck.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
That was
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you, Joe. It was
No
just what I
problem.
needed
No
this week.
problem.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Crackhead Blue said it's sad that he's gone. It's true. Every
Aw.
movie that he's in, he's such a lovable, likable person.
Yeah,
He
you gotta
is.
love John Candy.
John
So-
Candy's awesome. Yeah, I miss him. I really do miss him. He was good. One of the good guys. One of the favorite ones.
Yeah.
So I miss
All
him. Yikes. All right. Well, shall we move on to
Yeah, so what
maybe.
did you put in your eyes, DJ?
me? Oh gosh, yeah. I put in Star Trek Enterprise. I'm still in season 3, and we're getting toward the end, and it's really starting to get good. Like all the stuff they're trying to save the Earth from annihilation, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Watched The Prom on Netflix.
How was that?
That was good. It's a musical, so if you don't like musicals, you won't like it.
Steer
But
clear.
Yeah, but it's good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Great cast. It was really cool. The Good Doctor, we finished season 3. We kind of watched a lot of that. Drove me nuts. And it's getting to that point where every single episode they want to try to make you cry. And it drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. And
You got a wheel in your pants? Just kidding.
yeah, right? But it's drives me nuts. God,
Sorry. All right.
it's okay. But yeah, anyhow, I understand it's a drama, so that's what they want. But I started watching season 4, or we started watching season 4, which was filmed in 2000 or 2020. Excuse
There you
me.
go. I was
There
going
you
to
go.
say 2000. Wow, they really had the long game planned
Right.
for this one.
No kidding. So the first couple of episodes was during the pandemic, and it outlined the first 14, 18 weeks of the pandemic, and how it was like, what it was like with the first line of defense, all our nurses and doctors and what they had to deal with. Pretty good. It was really good. I mean, also with the drama and trying to make you cry. I mean, it was that. So there's only one episode left for us in season 4. There's only 5 episodes, and then the new episodes of season 4 will start up again in January. So, but yeah, so the latest episode was not pandemic related. It was, they introduced the show as, this is what we would like to happen at the end of the pandemic. This is what it would be like in our perfect world when we don't have
Right.
to do this anymore. It was pretty cool. So,
Good.
and then two more things. Star Wars Episode 1. Saw that one. Yeah. Funny you guys were talking about that off the show earlier. And number 2, boy, those pancakes looked amazing in Uncle Buck. I just say it.
The Uncle Buck cakes, they're huge.
Yeah, they're monsters.
The giant butter.
Oh my gosh! You know what I was thinking? I was like, how many things of butter did they use to make that? Like that's
A
like
lot.
that's like 5 pounds of butter right there. I think maybe.
That is a solid amount of butter.
Yeah, that's crazy. I need a knife and fork, and I really do want to dig into that. It looks so good.
Dig right in.
Yeah, and that is a lot of stringing, whatever that is, string in that.
Yes, streamers.
Oh, all the
Streamers.
streamers and balloons and stuff.
Yeah.
They went kind of
Holy moly.
He wanted it. He wanted the birthday to be good,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well done,
and
Buck.
the clown wasn't helping.
no.
Oh, yeah, he. I love
The
how
clown.
tough he. Like Buck didn't take no shit.
Seriously,
didn't.
I mean, he took it from his girlfriend.
Right.
Well, that's that's sometimes
Shanice was,
Shanice.
you know, she's in charge on that one.
It wasn't Chinese. Sorry, it's just terrible. Terrible.
I
Call
see what
back
you did
to
there. I see what you did there.
the
And
CH adventure.
Well, shit.
Oh my god.
oh man.
You guys, DJ just said shit, kind of.
Kind of. Well, it's sitting there right in front of me in one of those GIFs.
Yeah, it's true.
It is. Great. I just keep going back to that. It's a hilarious film. That is just,
It's a great movie.
and little Macaulay Culkin.
Little wee baby Macaulay
Yep,
Culkin.
yep.
Even
Oh,
smaller than Home Alone Macaulay Culkin.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Tiny little face.
Yeah.
He's a ball sniffer. Don't say balls. Well, what else do you call
I
him?
don't know another word for it.
Nuts!
Nuts. Good
So
stuff.
cute.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
stuff.
Yeah. All right, Joe, did you see anything?
I started watching The Boys on Amazon,
Them
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm only like 2 episodes in, so I will talk about it when I have at least 3 watched.
Okay.
But so far, so good.
Season 1 or 2?
Season 1.
Okay.
I hadn't seen it yet, so.
Cool. Very cool.
There it is.
Starting the boys.
Starting the boys.
All right. Beth, how about you?
Well, I watched Uncle Buck. I've been watching a lot of YouTube in the background of all the stuff I'm doing, so it's not anything overly. Oh God. Okay, so if you guys are really bored with your life and you just want something to go on in the background, there's a guy in Canada who has a YouTube channel. He owns like a antique store, and he just has this YouTube channel where he buys all of these antiques, and he just bought a hoarder house, and he's been documenting going through that. So that's been on in the background for a couple of days now. So if you're very interested in that, Curiosity Incorporated on YouTube.
There it is. Hoarder house.
There you go. There's so much dust. Like, I know my house is dusty, but damn. I guess like 40 years without dusting will really just dust up your house. So
Yeah. Holy mackerel.
yeah. And it's longer than that in some rooms.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, it's intense.
Oh, it's not just in rooms, it's intense too?
Nah, I was going to say something to like camping at the circus. All right.
Like a fire at the circus. It's intense. You boys are so funny. I get you a meatball. I made it just for you. Anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead. So that's it? That's all you've been watching?
Yeah, I've been working a lot.
Working, watching a 2-year-old.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Babysitting, working,
Oof.
Oh my
all of it.
goodness. Yep.
Throwing away couches. I got it.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, you remember last week's trivia question? In case you don't, I'll repeat it. There we go. True or false, Lose Yourself by Eminem was the first rap song ever to win the Academy Award for Best Original Song. And that, my friends, is true.
I thought so.
Yeah. So this week's question, for if you want to send us an email, shout out at tfwmovies.com and answer this one. What kind of animal is Melman in the movie Madagascar?
Oh.
Answer me this
started
one.
That, I thought you were going to say, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Well, I mean, sure, if you even answer that question via email, I'll give
Just
you the darn thing.
email us at shoutout@tfwmovies.com.
You can say anything you want in the email. I will give you this. Whoever is first, shout out at tfwmovies.com.
There you go.
I am bound and
Tell us-
determined to give this away.
Your favorite movie ever. Tell us how hot it was in your town today.
What was the weather like where you live?
Yeah,
Right.
anything
Tell us
at
what you've been
all.
watching on YouTube.
Right.
Why don't you tell me the name of the movie you want to see?
There. Give us a question, a trivia question.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Exactly. All right. Next week, movie list. What about films by Howard Hughes or
John Hughes.
John Hughes. So why does my brain do that crap to me?
Well, Howard Hughes is a well-known name.
It is.
Oh wait, we're gonna do John Hughes movies, not John Candy movies.
Yeah, we're going to do, because we've already done John Candy.
Oh, we
Yes,
did.
we have already done John Candy. I mean, I am not opposed to doing John Candy
No.
again, but
Nope.
But,
Stick
I
with
mean-
the original one.
we've already done.
Okay.
Yeah, so John Hughes, there we go, John Hughes films, because he's got a lot of good ones. So
Would you say he has a plethora?
A plethora of-
I
Even-
believe so.
I mean, technically, we could do Howard Hughes films, too.
That's true.
I don't know if those are safe to watch.
Yeah,
Well, probably hard to find streaming.
Yeah.
true.
I'm going to Google it. You guys
Oh
keep talking.
gosh,
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm going to Google it.
All right. Well,
I know all the Googles.
Yeah.
I got me the Google goggles. The Googles.
So your favorite John Hughes film, send us a text at 512-podcast or an email, shout out at tfwmovies.com. Wow, an email. Boy, what would you get if you sent me an email? Or at tfwmovies on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Send us a shout out there. Instagrams. Plug something. There we go. Chacho's Standard Tattoo Parlor. I do believe you're all still in the purple, and Chacho is still closed till the end of the year.
It's going to be until after Christmas.
Yeah, so check out the Standard Tattoo Parlor on Instagram and get yourself a shirt or something. Like, they print shirts and print masks and
do all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So if you can't handle a tattoo on your chest, why don't you just get a shirt that looks like a tattoo and put that on your chest, right?
There you go.
Same thing.
Exactly. Same
Except
thing.
less permanent, so you could change it out anytime you feel the need.
It's true.
That's true.
Hopefully more often than not.
Right?
I got this tattoo shirt. I will wear it until it disintegrates and blows away.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Let's see. What else? Dun, da, da, da. Go to Checho's.
Plugging anything else?
No, I forgot.
Oh.
That's it.
That's it. Now it's Beth's turn.
What?
To do the end of the show, Beth.
Oh. Oh, we
What?
were talking about things. You're like plugging stuff, and then you're like, it's Beth's turn. I'm like, since when do I plug anything? I plug my phone in. I plug in my computer.
Well, you did talk about you did have a board meeting recently. Is that to discuss the... Never mind. Let's not talk about that.
This is the longest board meeting ever. Now we've come to the time in our show when we thank everybody. So thanks, guys. That's it. No.
That's it.
Oh.
Thanks, folks. No. Thank you for watching is the name of the show. You've been listening to it, so thank you for listening. We would like to thank our Patreon members, as we always do. Lucas, Abby, Tyler, Teacher J.M. Strauss, Sean, Wendy, and Blue, but we'll thank her later for reals. We'd like to thank Joshua Struthers, who's a very kind and talented individual who helps us out with our intro with his beautiful voice. Big Checho, who apparently will tattoo a shirt for you. Or a mask. We'd like to thank the cast. DJ, thank you so much for being our, instigator.
Aha!
Is that
Joe
what
Ray,
we're calling him?
the sheriff, thanks so much for keeping us all in line. I'm Beth Labine. We would like to thank the beautiful ladies behind the scenes who keep us from going crazy. Stop typing or I'm going to start saying other stuff. Crackhead Blue, who is wonderful and very helpful. Also, my mom. Thanks, Mom. Dorothy Fielden. Penny, who's a gem. We would like to thank Paul Raci, who was, of course, our wonderful interviewee. Check out his movie on Amazon Prime. It's The Sound of Metal. Is that correct?
That's correct. Sound of Metal.
Thank you so much for being on our show this week. We are going to go ahead and take a hiatus, I guess. So the next full show you'll get is in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can wait that long. In the meantime, have a merry whatever holiday that you celebrate. If you don't celebrate a holiday, that's cool. Take the time off anyway. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be good to each other, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Well, we won't. We'll hear you in 2 weeks. False, not even that. You'll hear us in 2 weeks.
That's got to go in the outtakes there. All right. Go ahead.
You know what? I steal these ideas. I don't just come up with them.
Yeah, girl.